Son of a
Glitch.
Here it goes, Paper Mario! Okay guys, get ready for some of the toughest tricks and glitches for this awesome N64 classic. So it seems Out of Bounds is a popular theme in most of the game's glitches, and back at Mario's house, when you have the ground pound, go into Mario's room and ground pound the trapdoor to the basement. Stand next to the spring and hold down, and also hold down C, and you'll be catapulted upwards and then fall through the floor. Hold down and you'll now be out of bounds and outside Mario's house. So that's trick number 1. Now onto the first real glitch trick. This is called Merlon Skip. You spin into the green toad when he stops here, and then hammer immediately to clip into the wall. Then hold left and you'll fall through the floor and land inside Merlon's house. The second trick in Toad Town is called Black Toad Skip. Usually these black toads stop you from leaving the prologue into chapter 1, but you can use this trick to skip them altogether. Go to the badge shop in Toad Town and run left against this edge. When the carpet falls, the owner will come and investigate. When he reaches you, hold left and do 2 full jumps and then hammer, then jump once more to clip out of bounds. Next, run around to this white fence just near the exit of Toad Town Center. Go right to the edge, hold right and tap jump. Quickly tap down, tap up, and then hold right. If performed correctly, you'll now be on the other side and still out of bounds. Then it's just a case of carefully walking up and right along the edge of the world. Now, it's very easy to clip back in bounds if you hold too far up, so it's best to stay more on the right of the edge, as falling off the world puts you back on the very edge again. If you make it all the way along the edge, step off the end and hold up left and you'll hit the loading zone for chapter 1, skipping the black toads. Okay, so the next trick, Log Skip, uses the same setup as Black Toad Skip and allows you to get into chapter 2 early using loading zone storage. Get out of bounds via the badge shop and go to the white fence again. Line up with the sign way back there in the distance and go towards the edge of the world. Drop off the edge and then hold down right, and then when the screen jolts, immediately hold up left. You should see the game lag for a second, and that's when you know you have the loading zone stored. Then you change direction to up right, and when the background begins to shift from moving left to moving right, you hold up right again. And with specific timing on all these actions, you should now end up on the other side of these logs. What's happening is you're entering the loading zone from such a skewed angle that you fall out of bounds as soon as you enter it. Then you start falling again and land to the right of the logs. The directions during the falling parts of this trick are very angle specific, as is the timing. Bear in mind that this is a very tough trick and you might not get it in your first try. Getting inputs wrong means you will end up in the next area but on the wrong side of the logs, or you'll just end up back at the edge of the world. If performed correctly, you'll skip the logs, which usually wouldn't be clear until the end of chapter 1. The Koopa Fortress in chapter 1 has a neat time saver with the staircase. Go to the top and then walk to this edge, getting as far over it as you can. Jump and then tap down, and then tap up and then tap down again in really quick succession. You should now be in the lower part of this area, right on the edge of this walkway. Now go to the right and then jump in the water holding right, and then as you fall, quickly hold up right. You should now end up on the top level again, but by the door and on the other side of the fence. There's a trick in chapter 4 that skips the Gourmet guy and allows you to get to the switch without all the running around. It's pretty specific, but there's a part of this arch that you can clip through and then simply hold up. You'll appear on the other side, allowing you to hit the switch early, saving several minutes and a lot of backtracking. This next glitch is at the start of chapter 5, but sadly is a Japanese only trick, meaning it can only be performed in Mario Story, the Japanese release of the game, but it's a cool trick nonetheless. Use Flarekarry to clip through the bushes and get out of bounds. Now move along the back of the world, and when you reach this edge, jump off into the lava and hold right. You'll then just land on the other side at the entrance. This trick actually skips Raphael and finding all the Yoshis. Now inside of Mount Lava Lava, there are a few glitches to help with this chapter. Usually in this room you'd have to push this blue block all the way to the other side to the smashable blocks, but in this simple trick called Flarekarry, named after Flare who found this glitch, you simply stand in this spot and use Flarekarry to clip into the loading zone and skip the puzzle. This next trick is called the Lava Piranha Skip. It works in the same principle as Merlon Skip in the fact that you use an NPC, in this case Colorado, to clip out of bounds. Simply run right against him and hammer until you clip out of bounds and then go through the wall. Hold down right, and as soon as you start falling, hold down left, and you'll land right in the loading zone, skipping the chapter 5 boss. On to chapter 7 now, and a glitch that skips getting the key for this building. Using Lackluster, go to this corner and at roughly this angle, hold down C to use him. You should clip straight through the wall. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see inside, but the layout is very simple. Climb to the top of the building, and then down the slope and into the chimney. A strange side effect of this glitch is that the next scene will be completely dark except for the characters. This next glitch is pretty funny. It's called the Sushie Glitch, and it goes like this. Go to this area where you can use Sushie, but instead of using her like you normally would, slowly run against this edge and spam down C repeatedly until this happens. No, your eyes aren't deceiving you, we're swimming through the ground. It's important to note that switching out to another partner cancels the glitch. Now the Sushie Glitch is useful in a number of ways. Swim through to the next area and you'll encounter Junior Trooper. After the battle you'll be walking on the ground as normal, but exit right and the glitch will continue. This enables you to swim all the way towards the snowmen and then swim under the wall and into a loading zone behind them, skipping the snowmen completely. From here on out you can use the glitch even further. Do a dive here and swim out of bounds around these stairs and past the green button, and then on the other side of these stairs intentionally trigger an encounter, then run away from it. The glitch will be temporarily deactivated, allowing you to climb the stairs faster, but when you leave this area and enter the next, the Sushie Glitch is back. Do another dive and swim out of bounds towards the right and to these stairs. You keep diving to climb the stairs, and when you reach the top, trigger another encounter with this white clubber and you'll again run away from it. Then jump up the stairs and activate the upgrade block. Now if you were to switch out partners normally on this screen, the game would actually soft lock, but for some reason when you use an upgrade block, it cancels the glitch and allows you to progress further in chapter 7 without soft locking. On to the final chapter now, and a trick that skips having to rescue everyone in the basement jail. When you reach this screen, use Lackluster to navigate the lava flow and get to this area at the far end. Climb to the red block and stand at a very specific point underneath the block. Perform a double jump and you'll clip through the block and end up on top of it. Then simply paracarry to the right and head for this door. This trick seems small, but it's actually a huge time saver. If you didn't believe Mario was godlike, you will after this glitch. In the room with the switches to raise the water level, go to this ledge and use Lackluster to clip out of bounds, and now Mario will be walking on water. Run on into the next room and then get to this ledge with the blue button, and clip back in bounds using Lackluster. Once you raise the water level all the way to the top floor and grab the key using Sushie, in the next room you can clip through this corner of the wall and you'll end up on the ground floor under the water. Then you just unlock the door. In the next room there are these cannons that are difficult to avoid, but this next glitch, aptly named Cannonless, skips all of them. This trick is actually pixel perfect, so positioning is key. Have Mario stand like this with his boots lining up with the bricks on the wall. Press down C to jump on Lackluster, and then you should end up inside the wall if you're in the correct pixel. Now spin upwards slightly and carefully, then spin and hold right to face in the right direction. Jump right and then hold upright for a split second, then continue holding right. You should now land at the top of the room and at the very edge of the world. Then simply run right, and it's easy to see why this trick is called Cannonless. Jump up the stairs, some of which you'll fall through, but keep holding right and you'll land at the top of the stairs. At the final stairs you can go back in bounds and enter the door, skipping this entire room. I've saved the best and toughest trick for last, Blue House Skip. It involves standing at this point next to the green toad and spin jumping at the wall. The spin jump helps avoid talking to Toad, as the jump button acts as the talk button when near NPCs. You're spin jumping to land on a part of geometry in the wall that you visibly clip. If timed correctly, you can double jump and clip through the roof of the blue house. The actions are very specific and the timing is precise. It all happens in a split second, making this trick pixel and frame perfect. When you make the jump left, you have to let go of all direction and quickly tap jump again to get the double jump. The control stick has to be neutral in order to get the double jump. I recommend getting this down before attempting the second part of the movement. When you can pull off the double jump consistently, the next part can come into play. At the peak of the second jump, switch direction to up right and then slide the control stick round to up left in a 30th of a second. If you performed all this correctly, you should now clip inside. There's a green pipe roughly in the middle of this room, and going down that leads to the sewers and to a blue warp pipe that you can't reach until the end of chapter 4. Thus, reaching this early means you can skip chapters 2, 3 and 4. This is the toughest glitch I've ever performed at around 30 hours worth of attempts, and ideally you would perform this trick after you've ventured into chapter 2 and you have Flarekarry in your party. And finally, not a glitch but rather a funny outcome at the end of the game. When Mario and Luigi are heading for the celebration at Peach's castle, Mario will jump into the green pipe followed by Luigi. But if you hold down before Luigi has a chance to jump in, the game will only let Mario through, meaning poor Luigi doesn't get to go to the party at the end of the game. It sucks to be Luigi. And there you have it guys, that's a ton of glitches and skips for you to try out in Paper Mario. I'll be posting in the description some of the guys who helped break this game and have some awesome tutorials on the glitches I've mentioned here, so please go and check them out. And if you like this episode, hit that like button, share it with everyone you know and love, but most importantly, please subscribe if you want to see more from the series.